All right, so Better Call Saul Season 6 started again last night on AMC, and I couldn't be more excited, bro. I know a lot of us, Better Call Saul, it's been going on for too long, and I think it's really confusing because a lot of the seasons are on Netflix, but then there's all this time that passed between each season. So I talked to a lot of people, they thought Better Call Saul was over. Because I guess at the end of season 5, he's like, Better Call Saul, and I guess that for a lot of people, I guess they thought that was it. Like, that's all we needed to see from him. You know, it's weird because it's like, it's a good show, but it's also kind of boring. So I'm really happy to see, this last season where things are like ramping up finally. You know, I kind of wish they'd ramped up a little bit before. But anyway, it's really good. I really like it. Last night it's part 2 of season 6, right? And it's episode 8, Point and Shoot. So there will be spoilers in this, just so you know. If you don't want to be spoiled and you haven't seen it, you can click away right now. I'll give you a second to do so. Lalo, I love Lalo. I think he's a great character. He's fantastic. This was kind of cool. Like, so first of all, Howard obviously died in episode 7, which was the last part of part 1 of season 6, which was a shocker. But I guess, because a lot of us have those questions like, oh, I wonder what happens to this character. You know, like, where are they in Breaking Bad? You know what I mean? But I think from what we've been seeing, a lot of people get mowed down. Ignacio, Howard, pretty much everybody, right? Like, everyone who's not in Breaking Bad, who's in this show, mostly is dead so far, anyway. So I guess that's an easy way to do it. And unfortunately, I thought there was going to be like this big like build up with Lalo and Gustavo Fring and all that stuff, and it kind of was. There's a bit of a shootout with Gustavo and Lalo. I was surprised that I knew Lalo was probably going to die at some point, but I guess I thought there was going to be a couple more episodes with him in it or something before they pulled the trigger, pun intended. But there wasn't. Gustavo mowed him down in his lab that isn't 100% finished yet. What he did was it was smart, because it's like he wanted to send Saul to like Fring's house to pretend like to kill him, right? And then like he tricked everyone to get like Gustavo Fring's Mike and all of his guards like away from him and draw Gustavo out. And that was pretty smart. I liked how Lalo's like a crafty guy, but unfortunately Lalo didn't make it, and Gustavo shot him. It was good though. I liked the episode, and this is it really, right? Like it's not just the final season, but I think there's like 13 episodes total. Last night was episode 8. So there's like 6 episodes in this part 2, I guess. Last night was 1. So there's only 5 episodes left. And obviously we're all like chomping at the bit to see if there's any more like Breaking Bad crossovers or anything. They've got to do something, man. But I also want to see, I don't know what it is, man. I got this interest in him and Saul, like when he's doing the Cinnabon thing, like at the mall. I don't know what it is. Like I want to see, because technically all that stuff happens after Breaking Bad, right? Like, because he's gone, he's got a new identity. And so, technically, that is continuing after Breaking Bad. And I want to see what happens there. I want to see what happens to Saul. Obviously, because of the whole, like, Cinnabon, all those Cinnabon scenes where he's making Cinnabons and stuff in his new life, we already knew that the Better Call Saul series wasn't just going to end like right when he meets Walt in Breaking Bad or something like that, which is that's the most intriguing part about it to me, because there's more to the story of Saul Goodman, right? Because we knew he was joking around about being a Cinnabon manager, or he got his own identity at the end of Breaking Bad, but now we actually get to see that. So I want to see what happens to Saul. Like everyone else, I think the character I'm most intrigued about is what happens with Kim. There's different things they could do, and I'm really intrigued to see what they do, because I think I don't know if it was the creators or some of the actors in Better Call Saul said that like after the end of Better Call Saul, like we'll never look at Breaking Bad the same again. And to be honest, even last night's episode, Point and Shoot, just that little scene where they buried Lalo and Howard inside that lab underground, that little detail changes a lot too, because that's kind of crazy. Howard and Lalo are buried underneath that lab the whole time in Breaking Bad, right? So it's interesting. I like where they're going. I definitely, some of the music and I was kind of getting some Breaking Bad vibes in this last episode, where things are kind of like getting exciting, right? And like your pulse is starting to pump and stuff like that. This is fun because we'll be able to do like reviews of each episode as they drop, the next 5 episodes, and kind of give our theories. I think it's possible Kim lives. Obviously, it's possible that she dies. I hope they don't do that. I think her dying would probably be the most like obvious conclusion to that character. But I think it would be really cool if Saul and Kim like had some scheme and like they met up later on or something like that, right? And we got to see that happen like after, you know, the Breaking Bad series, and Saul like got back together with Kim, and you know, I'd like to see that more than anything. I actually like Saul better than Walt from Breaking Bad. Walt's smart and everything, but he's such a bastard, whereas Saul's more like, you know, he's not as ruthless and heartless as Walter is, and he's not that hard of a criminal, so he's a little bit more likable, right? So I like that character better than Walt, so I want to see I hope he has a happier ending than Walt did anyway. So yeah, I really enjoyed the episode. I'm really happy it's back on. So anyway, what did you guys think? Did you see the episode? Are you digging Better Call Saul? What are your thoughts and theories on what's going to happen with Saul and Kim? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one.